Getting started with WordPress Volume 3, Plugins and Widgets. In the first tutorial, we talked about modifying the structure and appearance of your WordPress website by selecting and modifying a theme. In the second tutorial, we discussed adding content to a page and editing the menu. In this tutorial, I will continue our discussion of modifying the appearance and functionality of the website by explaining 1. How to select and install a plugin, and 2. What widgets are and how you can place them in various areas of your website. How do you want to enhance your website? Let's start by going to the dashboard, clicking Plugins in the side column, and click the Add New button. For any website feature that you can think of adding, you can run a search using keywords and you might find some results. If you don't know where to begin, then click Popular and just see what a lot of people tend to use. The plugins that you want to install depends entirely on what you want to do with your website. If you want to create an online store, then run a search for commerce and you will find pages of plugins to help you set up an online store. So here are some ideas to help you get started exploring plugins. 1. Security. 2. Backing up your database. 3. Search engine optimization. And 4. A slideshow. Let's get started exploring these 4 options. Security. 3 tools that I recommend for security is a security suite, CAPTCHA, and a honeypot. For a security suite, I like WordPress since it provides some standard security features like the ability to limit the number of times someone can attempt to log in, and it can check for malware and malicious code. It also gives you emails whenever plugins need to be updated, whenever an admin logs in, and when people are blocked from trying to log in too many times, among other things. Another security tool worth adding is CAPTCHA, which adds a puzzle that you have to solve before you can log in, create an account, or use a form for other purposes. The puzzle is usually scrambled text that you have to type out, a math problem, or picture identification. The purpose behind this is to prove that you are a human and not a robot before you can access a website or a feature on the website. A honeypot is another tool worth installing. It adds extra fields to a form that are not visible on a page. However, a bot would see the fields and fill them out, triggering the honeypot to trap the bot and keep them from using your website. Bots basically don't look at the surface of your website. They scan the code. If the code sets traps for them, then they can get stuck. So don't expect to see anything with the honeypot plugin since it would be working entirely behind the scenes. Database backup. Let's do a search for database backup. I normally use WP Database Backup. You can make a quick backup of your database, run an update, and then restore your backup if an update goes wrong. Backing up your database before running updates in WordPress or doing anything risky like editing your database manually is just a good idea. Search engine optimization. This is a broad concept that you could take an entire college class in, so I will not do it justice in 2 minutes. Nevertheless, if you want to organize your website in such a way that bots and web crawlers for search engines can know how to categorize your website and thereby give you better rankings in the search results, then you will want to have keywords and other metadata embedded in a page for the bots to read. All-in-one SEO is one tool that I like to use, but you have to go the extra mile to type in all the information that you want to help organize the content so web crawlers know how to index your page. There's more to SEO than just metadata. You need to have a clear menu and website organization. You need to avoid creating and then deleting pages and posts. You want to have a website with a specific area of concentration rather than talk randomly about everything in existence, and so on. So do not expect a plugin to solve all of your troubles. It can offer some help. Slideshows, aka image sliders. There are so many plugins to choose from that you will need to just figure out what works for you. Most image sliders will allow you to choose how quickly the slideshow progresses, how the images transition from slide to slide. For instance, do you want them to slide from left to right? Do you want the images to stay in one place but fade from image to image? Or do you want them to have some other visual effect? The plugin will also allow you to determine how big the slider should be on the page, and much more. Most image sliders will let you create your slider, then give you a shortcode that you will place somewhere on a page or post that should have the slide. So you have to copy and paste that code and then preview the page or post to see it in action. I'm not going to go much further with demonstrating plugins. For any plugin that you want to use, visit their page and read through the installation instructions. They are all different to install. Some require shortcodes, some do not. Some work out of the box, some require a setup. Some require a paid subscription to unlock all the features, and some are completely free. You will have to explore them on your own and look through the alternatives to find the one that meets your needs. Quick guide to widgets. Widgets are similar to plugins, but you only get to choose from native WordPress tools that you want to add to specific regions of your page. You can choose to add these tools to the following areas: the header, the left or right sidebars, and the footer. The areas that are accessible for you to add in widgets depends on your theme. The 2021 theme, for instance, does not allow you to add widgets anywhere except the footer. The 2017 theme, on the other hand, lets you add widgets to the sidebar or to two different footer columns. With that being said, the 2017 sidebar is not working for me. I will switch to a theme called Components, and you will see that the sidebar is working here. The best way to set widgets is not to go to the dashboard, click Appearance, and then click Widgets. You can add your widgets on this screen to available sections of the website, but you can't easily preview them. Instead, click Appearance and Customize, then click Widgets in the Customizing menu. You will then be able to click the tab for the regions that are available to edit. Now you will be able to add and remove widgets just as you add and remove blocks on a page or post. In previous years before 2021, adding widgets was a different process and you had fewer options. Nevertheless, if there is any content or features that you want in a sidebar or in the footer of your page, use the widgets feature to do so. For instance, you might want a search bar, a disclaimer, and a logo at the bottom of your page in different columns. So your theme might have footer 1, footer 2, and footer 3 as options for different columns that you can use to add content. On the other hand, you might only have one footer column. Whatever the case might be, you can add widgets for a search bar, a paragraph, in which you can add your disclaimer, and an image, in which you can use to add your logo. If you have 3 footer regions, then add one widget to each. If you only have one footer region, then you could use the column widget and add a paragraph and an image for the disclaimer, and then put the search bar above or below the column widget. Or you could just have 3 columns and one for each widget. You will need to explore this feature on your own and decide how you will create the look that you want your website to have. Conclusion. We can't really do an exhaustive exploration of plugins since it's really a topic that you have to explore on your own. If there are plugins that you like, you should probably give the developer a review to help boost their profile. I hope this video was helpful in orienting you to using a plugin. Thank you for watching.